ask you to please welcome our first speaker, Ms. Jenny van der Meeberg, Trade Advisor from the Australian Trade Commission. Welcome, Jenny.
Fantastic. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Jenny and I'm from the Australian Trade Commission, or Austrade, and I'm based in Perth. So it's delightful to be out here today. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Austrade and some of the services we offer to exporters here in Australia. Austrade's role is to advance Australia's international trade, investment and education interests by providing information, advice and services. We help Australian companies to grow their business in international markets, and this includes the administration of the Export Market Development Grant Scheme and the Trade Start program, which I'll touch on later in the presentation. We provide coordinated government assistance to attract positive foreign direct investment into Australia, and we also promote the Australian education sector in international markets, assisting Australian education providers with market information and services. As you can see from the map there, we have a vast global network with many offices right around the world. We do have a concentration of offices in Asia at the moment, as I'm sure you've all seen Australia in the Asian century and how important this region is to trade with Australian exporters. Of particular note, it's worth pointing out that we've just opened offices in Mongolia and also in Myanmar. So Austrade has offices around the world in some quite unusual and remote locations, which is great for Australian exporters when they need assistance in those somewhat challenging markets. At our international offices, we have trade commissioners, and we also have many experienced industry-specific business development managers. So no matter what sector you're in, I'm sure we'll probably have someone at one of our offices overseas who can talk to you directly about your sector and what the market looks like. We also have a relationship with the DAF offices, which is the Federal Government's Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry, which is appropriate for those of you who are looking to export in the agriculture and food sectors. So we liaise with them regularly offshore. You can also see with our Australian network that we have offices in each of the state capitals, and here in the West, as I mentioned before, I'm based in Perth, but we also have two Trade Start advisors. One is based in Perth but services out into the northern regions, and one is based in the Margaret River. And again, I'll come back and touch on the Trade Start program in just a few slides' time. Our team in the Perth office has some dedicated trade advisors who again specialise in industry sectors. I specialise in food and agriculture, and I have a couple of colleagues that specialise in mining and mining services and equipment. So why does trade matter? Export generates more than 20% of the nation's income. Trade is directly responsible for more than 2 million, or 1 in 5, Australian jobs. Trade improves living standards, both in Australia and overseas. Trade benefits local communities and the nation. Trade helps build relationships and understanding between communities, countries and individuals. And international competition encourages businesses to be more innovative. And I will mention on that point, I think that's one of the delights of my particular role, is that I get to see some great innovation that comes from Australia and help those exporters take those products around the world. So the services that we offer to Australian businesses are really delivered in two forms. The first is our online platform, our website, and we've put a lot of effort into making sure that we've got fantastic resources available on there for businesses to look up at their own leisure. Two particular elements of the website that are worth mentioning is that if you're new to export, we've recently developed what we call an International Readiness Indicator. And it's a short online quiz, if you like, that you can answer a few questions, and it will help you identify areas of your business where you may need to do some more preparation before you'll be ready for the export market. And then it refers you to where you'll find that information on our website. Also, it's worth mentioning the market profiles that we keep online. So if you have an interest in a particular market or region, you can go to our website and you can look up regularly updated information on statistics about doing business in that country and what the economy is like in that market. The other type of service we provide are trade services for internationally ready companies, and these are often delivered offshore. So if you are export ready and you would like to head out to market, then we are able to provide you with a range of services to assist you get a foothold in the market of choice. I mentioned previously TradeStart. TradeStart is a partnership in Perth. The partnership is actually with the Western Australian Government, and in the Margaret River, the partnership is with the South West Development Commission. What this means is we have 2 TradeStart officers engaged to go out and meet one-on-one with business and assist them directly in developing export plans and working through export challenges as they arise. I'm more than happy to provide anyone here with the details of our TradeStart officers if you'd like to have a discussion with them one-on-one. So that's an alternative to using our online services. In terms of how we add value, with the tailored services we offer overseas, we focus on 5 areas. We identify and assess overseas commercial opportunities that will benefit Australian businesses. We provide advice to firms about doing business in international markets. We provide access to networks of key decision makers, customers and contacts. We provide insight and information that will assist firms and education providers to achieve their objectives, and we also leverage the badge of government when appropriate. To find out more about the services that we offer, our policy is online and you can find our service charter on the Austrade website. This outlines in great detail exactly what you can expect from us if you engage us to do some tailored business services for you in overseas markets. The other program worth mentioning is the Export Market Development Grants, which some of you might be familiar with. These grants are administered by Austrade, and the scheme supports a wide range of industry sectors. In short, the EMDG encourages small and medium-sized Australian businesses to develop export markets. It does this by reimbursing up to 50% of eligible export promotion expenses above $10,000, provided the total expenses are at least $20,000. It provides up to 7 grants to each eligible applicant, and each time you file an application, it's on a financial year basis. To access the scheme for the first time, businesses need to have spent at least $20,000 over 2 years on eligible export marketing expenses, and the applications for the 2012-13 grant season open on the 1st of July and close on the 2nd of December. There is a lot of information about the export market development grants on our website, and we also host regular workshops in the Perth office for those of you who are interested in learning more. It is quite a complex form to fill out, but it's certainly worth it, and I think most exporters are very grateful for the assistance from this particular scheme. The other one worth mentioning is the Asian Century Business Engagement Plan, which has been established to assist member-based business organisations harness commercial opportunities in Asia for small to medium-sized businesses. Under the plan, eligible applicants can be offered between $20,000 and $300,000 in grants. The grants are merits-based and competitive. The objective of the Asian Century Business Engagement Plan is to facilitate new initiatives to improve business links into Asia and Australian business organisations in Australia or in Asia. The Asian Century Business Engagement Grant applications should be completed and submitted by Friday the 26th of April using our online form or website. So if that one's of interest, you'll need to move quite quickly, and I'm very happy to talk to anyone that would like to discuss this particular grant scheme in more detail after the event. Austrade also has Australia Unlimited, which is the national brand. You can actually see the branding on the PowerPoint that I'm using. That brand is used at a range of shows and expos that Austrade participates in around the world, and we have a number of partners who also use the Australia Unlimited branding. We also have an education version called Future Unlimited, which is used by the education sector and is also applied to the Study in Australia website. Finally, International business contacts. Apart from Austrade, there are many agencies that can offer you varying degrees of assistance with your interest in exporting. They include DFAT, EFIC, which is the Export Finance and Insurance Corporation, co-located with us in the Perth office. Department of Innovation, Industry, Science and Research, AusIndustry, of course, who you'll hear from later today, and also the Department of State Development and the Department of Agriculture and Food here in Western Australia. Both state agencies also have their own offshore offices and can be a great point of reference for exporters. So, if you'd like to contact us in Austrade, there's a number of websites there that might be of interest to you. You can also send us a direct email at info@austrade.gov.au, and our team are very responsive and they'll get back to you quickly and direct you to the right person within Austrade to assist you with your inquiries. Thank you very much.